Hi, my name is Luisa. I'm an English teacher as a second language, and I'll be your teacher today. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between the prepositions to and for. We're going to learn how to use them correctly. Okay? I bet you have doubts about that too. So, come with me. If you are a native speaker of Portuguese or Spanish, it's very likely that you confuse those two prepositions because they have the same meaning in your language. Am I correct? Okay, so how can we understand their difference and use them correctly? Any guesses? So I'm going to give you some tips to discover how we can use them correctly, okay? The first tip is if you have a noun or a pronoun, the preposition you're going to use is for, okay? If you want to use this meaning, okay? If it's another context, maybe you're going to use another preposition, but if we're talking about to and for, and you have a noun or a pronoun, you should use for and not to, okay? So for will come with nouns or pronouns, yes? Like this example here. I've got a message for Mary. I've got a message for Mary. Mary is a noun, is a proper noun. Yes? Perfect. Another case where you're going to use for is when you have gerund. So when you have gerund, do not use to. You should use the preposition for, okay? So you're going to use for with gerunds, like the example we have here. Thank you for taking care of my dog. Thank you for taking. Taking is gerund, so that's why we are using the preposition for and not the preposition to, okay? And finally, when you have a verb in the infinitive, I'm going to add here, infinitive, you're going to use the preposition to. When you have a verb in the infinitive, you're going to use the preposition to. Like this example here. I went to town to do some shopping. I went to town to do some shopping, okay? To and the verb in the infinitive, do. All right? So, nouns and pronouns. For, gerund, for, verb in the infinitive, to. Okay? All right, so let's see some examples to put that into practice, okay? I'm going to read the sentence and I want you to think which would be the correct preposition to use, to or for. Thank you to helping me with my homework, or thank you for helping me with my homework. What would be the correct answer? Think about it, okay? I'm going to give you the answers really soon. Thank you to helping me with my homework. All right. The next one. I needed to go out to buy some milk and sugar, or I needed to go out for buy some milk and sugar. Which would be the correct form? Think about it. Try to answer. If you have a notebook, write it down. We're going to check the answers in a second, okay? Perfect. The next one. You will need at least 12 euros to the train, or you will need at least 12 euros for the train. What do you think is the correct form? To or for? Write it down. Write your answer down. We're going to check it soon. One more example. Here, this is to you. Or here, this is for you. So, what is the correct form? For you or to you? What do you think? Write down your answer. Alright, so now let's check the answers. The first one would be, thank you for helping me with my homework. For helping, because helping is in the gerund. That's why we are using the preposition for and not the preposition to. Okay, got it? Perfect. The second one, I needed to go out to buy some milk and sugar. To buy, because buy is a verb in the infinitive, and when we have a verb in the infinitive, we use the preposition to and not the preposition for. All right? Okay. The next one, you will need at least 12 euros for the train. For the train. Why for the train? Because the train is a noun. Yes? The train is a noun. So for the train. When we have a noun and a pronoun, remember we use for, right? Okay. The last one. Here. This is for you. This is for you. For you, because you is a pronoun, so we use for, right? Remember? For with noun and pronoun. Okay? Perfect. Well, this is the first explanation. It's a simple explanation to differentiate the uses of to and the uses of for. Okay? But this is not all. There's more. We have to learn a little more about it. Because, unfortunately, this rule doesn't apply to all cases. So, try to remember the situations I will present on the next slide to guarantee you won't confuse them ever again. Okay? I'm going to present you some cases, some situations where we should use to, and other situations where we should use for. And if the rule doesn't apply, the first rule that I explained to you doesn't apply, think about those situations that I'm going to present you, and when you have a doubt, you can use them, okay? So, let's move on. Destination. Destination. When we talk about destination, it's where we are going, right? It's the place where we are going to. So when you are talking about destination, the preposition you want to use is to and not for. We are going to Paris. We are not going for Paris, okay? Because Paris is your destination. So when you talk about destination, you want to use the preposition to. Got it? Great. So, number 2, what time it is. When you're talking about the time, the preposition you're going to use is the preposition to and not the preposition for, right? We use the preposition to talk about the minutes that are missing, that are left of the last hour, and the minutes that are missing to the next hour. So it's a 1:45. It would be 1:45. It means that we still have 15 minutes for the new hour to start. Okay? Perfect. Number 3, distance. When you're talking about distance, you're going to use also the preposition to. It's about 10 miles from my house to the university. It's about 10 miles. 10 miles from my house to the university. Yes. I tend to think that this is also related to destination. It talks about the distance, but it talks about the destination because you're going to go somewhere. So to me, this rule is related to destination as well. But you can think of it as distance if you like. Okay? Perfect. Moving on to the next slide. Comparing. When you're comparing things, when you say that you prefer one thing in comparison to another, you're going to use the preposition to. I prefer sleeping to working, okay? Not I prefer sleeping for working, okay? When you're comparing, you're gonna use the preposition to. Even though it may look weird because we talked in the other rule that when we use the verb in gerund, we use the preposition for and not the preposition to. Even though it looks weird, this example, I put it here for a reason, because sleeping and working in this case are not verbs. They are considered nouns, okay? Therefore, they are not gerunds, okay? It's like saying that you prefer cheese to ham. It's a thing, yes? It's not an action, okay? Let me put here this example as well. I prefer cheese to ham, okay? So you will not get confused by this ing here. Remember, this ing here is not gerund, okay? It's an action, all right. Giving, when you give something to someone, when you give something to someone, I'm already saying it, give something to someone, you're going to use the preposition to, okay? I gave the book to my sister. I gave the book to my sister, and not I gave the book for my sister. All right? Perfect. Number 6, motive or reason with a verb. Motive or reason with a verb. Remember that, okay? I came here to see you. The reason why I came here is to see you. It's my motive, it's my reason, okay? To see you. Perfect. Okay, moving on to the next slide, we're going to see when we use for. Benefits. When we talk about benefits, benefits are the things that are good for us or are good for other people. Yes? Yogurt is good for your digestion. Yogurt is good for your digestion. It means it brings benefits for your digestion. Okay? Got it? Perfect. Period of time. We've lived here for 2 years. Yes, for a period of time. Yes, a continuous period of time for 2 years. Schedule, when you schedule something for a certain date or for a certain time, you're going to say, I made an appointment for May 3rd. Okay? You're not going to use the preposition to. I made an appointment for May 3rd. Okay? Agree with, when you agree with something, you're going to use the preposition for, like in this example. Are you for or against the development of nuclear weapons? Are you for? It means, do you agree? Okay, when I say, are you for? It's an expression. Do you agree with the development of nuclear weapons, or do you disagree? Are you against? Yes? Can you understand that? For is when you agree with it, and against is when you disagree. Okay? Are you for or against the development of nuclear weapons? What is your opinion? Do you agree or do you disagree with that? Okay, perfect. And the last one, the last slide, we're going to see doing something to help someone. I think this rule is really related to the rule about benefit. When you do something to help someone, you're benefiting that person, right? So, when you're benefiting, when you're doing something good to someone, to help someone, you're gonna use the preposition for. Could you carry these books for me? Could you carry these books for me? Could you do something to help me? Yes. You can also offer help. Would you like me to carry these books for you? Okay, would you like me to carry these books for you? I'm offering help. Let me write here this. Would you like me to carry these books for you? Okay, so when you offer to do something good, you can use the preposition for as well. Okay. Now, motive or reason with a noun. Pay attention. With the preposition to is motive or reason with a verb. With the preposition for, it's motive or reason with a noun, okay? So, let's go out for a drink. Why are we going out? What is the reason why we are going out? Because we want a drink. Yes? So let's go out for a drink. A drink is a noun and not a verb. Okay? Okay? And the last one is function with verb ing form. The function of something. Okay? A ladle is a big spoon used for serving food. Ladle is a big spoon used for serving food. This is the function of the ladle. Do you know what a ladle is? A ladle is a big spoon used for serving soup. Yes? Can you imagine what it is? The big spoon that we use for serving soup? I bet you can. Well, we of eLearning for All hope that this video has been helpful and we appreciate you for watching it. If you would like to practice more the use of for versus to, you can visit our website at www.elearningforall.org. It's right here. You can't miss it. There we have a section of activities and we will have an activity about to versus for waiting for you there. Okay? Hope to see you there soon. Bye-bye. Have a good day.